Hello queens. I'm back at y'all with another client tutorial, and today I'm going to be showing y'all how I created this semi matte cut crease look with these rhinestones. And without further ado, we're jumping straight into the tutorial. I'm going to start this video off by cleaning my client's face. Now that her face is all clean, we're going to start with the eyebrows. So I'm taking my Nicka K brow pencil in the shade black, and I'm going to be using this to outline her brows. Now that both of the brows have been outlined, I'm going to start filling them in from the back and working my way to the front. And to fill in the back end of her brows, I'm using the same shade, which was black. To fill in the front of her brows, I'm going in with the shade light brown, and I'm just doing upward strokes with the pencil. Then I'm going to blend everything out with the spoolie and fill in more if need be. To lay down her brows, I'm going in with this I.envy clear eyelash glue, and I'm just going to apply a generous amount into her brows. And to smooth them down in place, I'm going to be using the spoolie end of my pencil. To clean up her brows, I'm going in with these two Nicka K concealers, and they're in the shades 07 and 12. First, I'm going in with the shade 07, and I'm using it to clean up underneath her arch. Now I'm going to be taking the shade number 12, and I'm using it to clean up the remainder of the way on the top and the bottom of her eyebrows. When you're blending out the concealer, make sure that you also blend in between the eyebrows. This will help with the ombre effect. For an eyeshadow base, I'm going in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the shade White. If you do not have this shade, you can use the shade Fair Rose. As you can see, I went ahead and applied this all over her lids. You want to blend it out as smoothly as possible. I'm going in with my RCMA No Color Powder, and I'm going to be using this to lighten up the front of her brows and to also set some of the concealer in place. To start off today's look, I'm going in with my Sheglam Smart Cookie palette. This palette came from Shein, and I'm going to be taking this dark brown shade, and I'm using this in her crease. I'm applying it using a Wet n Wild tapered blending brush. When applying eyeshadows, you want to tap them on first just to build up the pigment. Then once you have the color on, you can use circular motions to blend the color out. For this look, I also went in with shades from my Bperfect Carnival XL palette. As you can see, I'm taking this orange, and I'm going to be using this as my transition shade. And this small blending brush came from Shop Miss A. I'm going to be alternating between the orange and the brown shade just to create a seamless blend. I felt like my orange was turning a little red, so I went in with some more of the orange shade mixed with a little bit of a neon yellow to really brighten up my color. To cut her crease, I'm going back in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer, and I'm just taking it on this flat brush. This brush also came from Shop Miss A. I believe this brush is a number 16. If you're interested in purchasing it, I highly recommend it. It made cutting the crease so easy. And this is also the same brush that I used to clean up her eyebrows. Once both the creases have been cut, I'm going to go ahead and blend out the concealer. Now I'm just going in with that dark brown shade, and I'm using it to blend out the end of her cut crease. I'm going to be following behind it with the orange. I'm going to set the front of her cut crease with a matte white, and then I'm going to go in between the white and the orange with the yellow. Y'all know me, I always gotta add a little razzle dazzle, so I'm going in with these red and iridescent crystals, and I'm gonna be applying them over her cut crease. As you can see, I'm just dotting on my adhesive, and then I'm gonna stick the jewels on top of the dots. I'm also going to go in with this chunky nail glitter that I got from Aliexpress, and I'm working this in between the jewels. I went ahead and bedazzled the other eye off camera, so this is the result of that. I'm going in with my Wet n Wild black liquid liner, and I'm going to use this to wing out her eyes. If you ever struggle with smoothing out the ridges on your liquid liner when it comes to your clients, you can always lift up their eye with your thumb, and this should help you create a smooth line. So this is how the eyes are looking once I finished her liner. Now we're moving on to the face. I'm going in with a generous amount of my Pond's moisturizer, and I'm just going to work this into her skin. I'm going to be blending this out using my damp Real Technique sponge. To prime her face, I'm going in with my Nicka K face primer, and I'm going to be working this into her T-zone, and I'm also going to blend it out using my Real Technique sponge. I'm going to be color correcting around her face using my Nicka K concealer in the shade number 12. For her foundation, I'm going in with my Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the color Deep Golden. I'm going to be blending her foundation out using this flat top foundation brush. This also came from Shop Miss A. At this point, this video needs to be sponsored by Shop Miss A, okay y'all? I love their brushes. To highlight her face, I'm going in with my Nicka K concealer in the shade 07. I'm going in with another foundation brush. This one is more dense and I'm using it to tap the concealer in place. After I finish blending out her nose, I'm gonna allow the concealer to sit underneath her eyes and move on to contour. To contour her face, I'm using my Juvia's Place foundation stick, and the shade name will be in the description box. I'm going to use whatever excess concealer I have on my brush to clean up the edge of her wing and her eyeshadow. And once I have both sides cleaned up, I'm going to go ahead and blend out the concealer underneath her eyes. I'm going to set the concealer in place using my Morphe loose powder in the shade Banana Rich. I like to use the Morphe powder to set the nose as well. This just helps soften up the contour. To set the other contoured areas of her face, I'm going in with my Black Radiance pressed powder in the shade Black Coffee. To set the remaining areas of her face, I'm going in with another Black Radiance pressed powder, and this one is in the shade Rich Mahogany. I'm taking some black eyeshadow on an angled brush, and I'm just working this about halfway onto her waterline. I'm going in with that orange eyeshadow, and I'm just going to sweep it across her lower lash line. I'm going back in with my foundation brush and I'm using it to press in all of the powder. Once all of the powder has been pressed in, I'm going to go ahead and spray her face with some setting spray. While her face is drying, I'm going to go ahead and apply her lashes. I order most of my lashes off of Amazon and Shein. That's where you can get them at an affordable price and you can buy them in bulk. So if you are a makeup artist, I recommend that you do the same. I went ahead and cut these to fit her eyes off camera. So now I'm just gluing them onto her lash line. After applying her lashes, I decided to go in with a little bit of blush. So I'm taking the orange blush from my Juvia's Place Saharan blush palette and applying it to the apples of her cheeks. And then I'm going to go in with highlighter. To highlight her face, I'm using the highlighter from my Bperfect Carnival XL palette. If you know me, then you know this, okay? This is my favorite highlighter to use on my clients. Moving on to the lips, I'm lining her lips using my Ruby Kisses cream foundation. In the center of her lips, I'm going in with this liquid lipstick from Snatched Cosmetics, and I'm just working it on her lips using this disposable lip wand. And then I'm going to be going on top of it with a pale pink lip gloss from the brand OZ Lab. I'm going to have her press her lips together to help me blend this out, and then I'm just going to go ahead and try to blend out the edges a little bit more. Once I'm finished blending out her lips, that'll be the finished look, and we'll be stepping into the grand reveals.
Okay, ready to see?
I had my makeup done so long. It looks so good.
I told you, you're gonna have to go somewhere.
Period. I like this. Yes, ma'am. Just wait.
Period.
Okay, period.
Okay, queens, we made it to the end of the video, and as y'all can see by my client's reaction, this tutorial was another success. Y'all, this is actually my cousin. If you are an OG on my page, then you probably remember me posting her a lot back in the day, okay? She's always been a supporter of my craft. But anyway, y'all, I think this look came out absolutely bomb, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and make sure you follow me on Instagram. A link will be in the description box. Bye-bye, queens.